keeping pace and trying to maintain the same speed that LA is going to want to run at you. And this is interesting for a breakoff. All three members going to crash the hill and then pick up the pinch late. We see this a lot. We saw this a lot in BO4 the year in full, mostly because we were in 5v5, but this works out really nicely for Vancouver. It kind of keeps you fighting one fight at a time, and that's exactly what Gwinn wants. Off 5 in a row to start, and a good opener for Vancouver on P1.
Yeah, even with these spawning on the preferred side to get to that initial P1 right off the rip, you just don't have all the numbers. So that allows Vancouver with 4 guns to just flood their way on up, clean out the front, and then focus on the back. That's what's led to so much time here to start this game. These are going to try to break it for the final 10 seconds, but for now, they have flipped the map to potentially be in the right foot for P2.
Yeah, the first break off great for Vancouver. The secondary one, a little late to the party trying to fight off on the OEs because it was a crash through street as well as a fight over through dojo that LA were trying to win. Really kicking things off nicely in his first couple of lives, though. Still has Vancouver in the time. Mixie spawns, though. See how exactly Nero gets the read onto the Thieves spawning over towards fire. He gets taken down, but a secondary player in Lunarz will spawn up. It doesn't look like LA are going to read that, so there's an opportunity here for Vancouver, even though they're kind of being contested on the hill, to still crash forward with better numbers.
Yeah, Vancouver, 35 seconds. Still have the back spawns in the back pocket, so can we just find the trades to get this time here at the ending of this P2? Because Thieves have already worked their way up to the tree and are now soaking up all of this. So Gwinn, you got to try to fly on in, try to find the opening kill, but you do it solely, and then when Nero gets your trade, there's no one else in the vicinity. So this final 15 is going to go to the Thieves, and Vancouver now banking off the roto.
Yep. So decent bounce back here for LA considering the opener, especially looking at the back half of that second hill. Recovering off of some good spawn manipulation for Vancouver. Now we're over at once, also forcing Vancouver to spawn all the way out towards Milk. Nium is able to find the opener. Opportunity here to play through showers as Lunarz has to try to predict correctly, and the timing is good for Vancouver. They will clean things up and lock down the majority of time.
Yeah, this has never been an issue for Vancouver in that hardpoint game. When they are set up, they have a really good success rate of locking down for a good chunk of time. Just when they are not winning rotations and they are not finding key breaks as a collective unit, that's when it starts to spiral out of control. But Vancouver so far are not looking like an A team the way that they were yesterday versus the Falcons. They're currently up by 40, and for now, it's still trying to maintain this shower spawn with 20 seconds left.
Well, the secondary fight is great. Lunarz, a big factor towards getting what is largely full 60 on P3. Now we're working on rotation. HyDra just trying to block in the back, staying as elusive as possible. Nero not able to find it, but Lunarz provides the trade, and LA will now have numbers to potentially block the rest of these Vancouver spawns, but the double from Lunarz allows Vancouver to spawn on the hard point, and now it's a staggered setups for Thieves.
Yeah, Lunarz spawns right next to the backside of that hard point, and that catches Thieves off guard because the kill feed just lit up red. That should be 3 dead, last guy in the time, but it gives Vancouver another lifeline to try to hold it down, and at least soak up an extra couple of seconds there until Thieves get this break. Now the split spawned opportunity here for Vancouver with 2 kills from the front door. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this by the pressure.
Yeah, it's tough, but a couple of kills do come through. Traded. No, scrap off the back is not able to get down and give himself a chance to hit with Nium, who's still finessing this back spawn position for the last couple of seconds. So all things told, really solid first set of hills for Vancouver, largely getting the work done from 3 to 4, but that opening break towards 1 was good. Decent contest onto 2, so decent stuff for Vancouver, up about double the points, and we'll swap over to see how Surge are coming.
Maybe not though. I'm gonna hit the left here. Need the time. Trying to time as well. I need over. Needing right side hill. Heard you. One more time. The right side time, Nium. I got it. Left hill. Left side time. Give me a sec. I'm just on hill. Give me a sec. Here, I'm trying to. Go to the right. Nice. Right side time. Top. Right here. Let's play the right side. One side. I say Nium. Flank right. Flank right. Hold me. Hold me. Yeah. Flank. Nice. Spawn P2. Spawn P2. You can go bridge. You can go bridge. Right here. They're not hitting left. Yeah, they're playing here. I'm gonna go to right. Hold on. Wait for me, Teach. That guy's spawning out. That guy's spawning tower. I hear you. Have him cut. He's still deep out. One's outer 18, tell me. Outer 18. Outer 18. There's another ice cream on me. Oh, two are spawning out. Back up. Push up front. Grab those. One shot, Teach. I hear you. I'll go on the tank. They gotta go around. I have it. There's one left. You're front. You're front. Yeah. Mill again. Right here.
Oh, really good stuff for Vancouver. Gwinn's going to finish off this triple at market for 4 in a row for him. I mean, everyone's streaking right now for Vancouver. LA not able to get their feet underneath them here in any of these rotations yet.
Yeah, this is the first time that they play it, and this might be the last time we get to see them play this because they have lost every single rotation. And they have not set up a good team push to lead to a good chunk of time off of those break opportunities, but it's still a 100-point difference, and you're losing the key one-on-one right off the rip. Gwinn finds a double. HyDra last man standing. Another opportunity where Vancouver can beat in the time early, but HyDra at least slows them down.
Yeah, so Leister will be rolling up on those kills, but can they find the wins? Not convincingly enough. Wow, dude. I mean, it's one thing for Vancouver to be rotating this well. It's another that they're winning all the scrappy gunfights on the second attempt for Thieves. And I think some of that is, yeah, you've got 3 players that are almost double positive for Vancouver, but at the same time, they're just looking great individually right now. Everyone's playing off each other really well. LA look a little bit lost and disjointed, and Vancouver are punishing that.
Yeah, they're just playing from the back foot, man. And when you played the first set the way that you did, when you're going into the second set down by 70, you have to take calculated risks. And when you're trying to set up to hold down some of these times and you're giving up that first kill, that's what leading to Vancouver. Because you even heard it when you jumped to the listen and TJ calculating these pinches. So they're showing the teamwork here in this map number 1. They are dominating the kill feed, still up by 100 and have players contested towards the back line.
Yeah, you need to win this hard point if you're LA. Test P1 or P1 to P2. Nice moment here from HyDra, able to drop down with great timing. Not able to find the last bullet into Gwinn. Lunarz trying to cover as aBeZy was trying to follow up. And things again for Vancouver, allowing them opportunities to keep the contest alive. Close spawns are in. Semtex out. That actually works out somehow for HyDra with Scrap assisting. So that's going to be LA holding off that next wave, and now finally a chance to block the spawn. Split moment here, though, for Vancouver. Gwinn waiting for the hit from the front before he pinches. Problem is, Scrap is locking things down initially.
Yeah, Gwynn's just looking for the perfect moment to strike, and TJ's going to give you an opening double. There is my time to go. All 4 dead. You cleared these out of the P4 time, and you're basically forcing their hand to hit that early rotation, but you breached that 2 in the port mark. These can't give up this time because you're getting closer and closer to the win.
Yeah, you have to try to at least keep them here to get early time at P1, but this has been 2 really solid sets of hills for Vancouver, and now Lunarz, also that he's earned it. What a stage Lunarz has had so far for Vancouver. TJ finds you the opener. That keeps the hard point open and clear. Missile drops over towards the overpass, but a very quick trade comes in. Nero stuck over towards Milk. That will be a really good cleanup from LA.
And now if you are Vancouver, start to work on some of these long routes. So it's going to be Gwinn on your mini-map, rookie through grid shot. He does win the one-on-one, and now you're surrounded if you are LA. aBeZy is streaking over towards Broken, but now here comes HyDra. He's going to stabilize in the moment. Final 25 seconds is looking like it's going to go to the Thieves because Vancouver, you need to win at this P2. You cannot allow a quick break.
Yeah, and they're going to just kind of plant their feet and get themselves set up to receive this rotation. aBeZy on 5 in a row. Being held over towards Lot. A little bit of help comes through from Scrap. That's enough to push TJ off from backside underpass. And the Thieves will wrap all the way around through fire. But this has to move quickly. Bay and TJ's doing a masterful job of doing that, at least initially, through that mid-market. Now here comes the break attempt. From the front, Scrap wins you 1. Now onto the hard point we go. Nero is able to win his first 1v1. Turning around, trying to find Scrap, not going to be able to. Lunarz backside 18, last one left alive, and he is found by Nium. So now an opportunity. LA to 160, and they have the hill.
Yeah, and aBeZy still has a Hellstorm in the back pocket too, so just don't allow Vancouver to win here. Win your gunfights on your alleys, and aBeZy wins the most important one to secure the backside, and it allows your teammates to trade out towards the opposite end. So Thieves now right back into this game. It's been a one-sided affair all throughout those first 2 sets of the HPs, but now Thieves are starting to get hot.
Re-wrap over through small room, being held by Lunarz. Shut down by HyDra on 3 in a row. Nium, he's able to win 1 from the front. Can he find Gwinn inside of showers? Doesn't need to. aBeZy beats him to the punch. Scrap to initial. Potential comeback, but Nium is in some trouble. Needs help. HyDra's on the way for 4 in a row. Forced team kill does come through. HyDra's able to sneak through. Now you got a pinch set up with aBeZy, who finds his first, but he's got to win the last 1v1, and he does. Help is going to be here through the side door. LA is still alive.
And if you're Vancouver, it's not a time to panic. Lunarz finds the opening kill. We have an extra gun. This might be the break opportunity. All we have to do is keep on trading, but the last man standing is HyDra. He forces the one-on-one.
And he finds a huge win. Not done yet. 214, 237. LA cannot win here, but you've just got to stop Vancouver from finding the final point. aBeZy. Oh, it's a late pinch. Able to find one. Does he line up all three? No, not quite. Lunarz last one alive, but he will fall. That's full clearance. Now LA can worry about the rotation. They will reclaim the lead here if they hold every single second, but no. They want to throw all four members on
Oh,
Roto
no.
and Nium, or should I say Questlove, and the LA Thieves are making it happen.
But it's Vancouver. He's gonna find one onto Gwinn off of the spawn, but you gotta trade TJ and trade him quick. An opportunity now for Thieves to steal map number one. Just one wave of kills is all they need.
HyDra can just push out here. He's got a streak if he comes off spawn. 241, 241.
Oh, that's two.
Good nades, good gunfights. Nium's trying to hold the front. Some damage in, but a flak jacket will keep the Surge safe. Able to find the first two. Here's the third. Not gonna happen. And the LA Thieves, a huge comeback after a miserable first two rotations. Take back a bunch in stage one, but got away from it in stage two quite a bit. Lost it to Faze in Birmingham. aBeZy first blood though after the smoke blocks off Dojo. Damage onto a second. Nero's got nowhere to go. And the first blood monster of aBeZy comes away with two.
Yeah, I told you. They're just running you down. Already the instant two kills go to aBeZy. Bomb is getting planted at B. Lunarz is able to find one though on the backside of Dojo, but the longer you wait to apply pressure here, Nium potentially is going to set you up on the pinch on the other side, but still a 3v2.
Yeah, aBeZy is the first line of defense on this post plant. Nice shots, looking for possibly the ace. Oh, and you think he wants it? Yeah, I think he wants it. And he's gonna get it. 4 for aBeZy to get us kicked off.
The ace. aBeZy setting the tone.
Clean. Okay, see if Vancouver have a response on their first attack. Looking for some pressure through mid, but it's a nade over the top from Dojo that lands first. Nium able to find a trade at that mid-map battle. Will give LA the early numbers, 3v2.
That's crazy. Have Vancouver in a 2v3 15 seconds into the round. And now you have no information to work with of what the setup is looking like for the Thieves, and they are staying active. 3 players pushing through rooftops. The longer Vancouver keep on trying to play hide and seek. Just gotta allow Thieves to be right behind them as soon as that bomb goes down.
Yeah, Nero's gonna back up and realize this at the ferry of his own life. And no problem there, as Lunarz has nowhere else to go. Quick action, that's what you call for, Jay. I mean, that's what we've seen. Well, first 2 rounds very convincing for LA. Similar break off here for the Thieves. Smoke blocking off Dojo. SMG's running forward. Kind of one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it type rounds. TJ will get to the outer balcony of Dojo, but this is a different spot for aBeZy. As soon as you hear the gunfire, you pop up, you say, hey, how are you? You're gonna find 2 off the get-go. Not gonna get to number 3 before HyDra does. But on 7 in a row and a chance to shut down Lunarz, aBeZy's gonna have a hellstorm already and another 3 kills. No. I think some of it is like LA is putting so much pressure on the bomb by throwing that early smoke that it feels like Vancouver are trying to get their nades into the back of the site to stop the plant, and they're not bothering. As aBeZy gets another first blood with an SMG through mid-cut. Stop it.
All right, I'm just gonna find kill number 2. So now bombs down at the map. Nium was sitting nice and comfy over towards rooftops, and now it's Lunarz left in a 1v3, and it just hit the minute mark. Like, we gotta do a better play call in the first 30 seconds of Vancouver, because these rounds are going way too fast.
Good shots here from Lunarz.
Oh!
Doesn't matter. Oh my God, bro. But just on the stage, they look incredible. So
look how this is being set up, Al.
Yep. It's a fake towards B, plan A.
Yep. Get the first blood. This time it's scrap. Bomb is planted. Instantly going to be traded. But now in a 3v3, Vancouver don't really have a lot of space to work with besides their spawn. No. So time is ticking.
And that doesn't feel good to try to retake purely from your spawn. So they're going to clear out mid-server, hit through small, and try to set up some sort of a pinch. Nade will clear out the corner. Lunarz would have to hit some shots to push back this post plant. Not going to work. Not going to happen. Not going to work, brother. This has been a masterclass. Absolute masterclass.
At game point.
Jay, have we ever seen a search where 3 players exit with no kills?
I was a part of one.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to bring that up.
That was like 12 years ago. No, but I was on the better end. 6-0 with aBeZy only finding 2 in the final round. Yeah.
Damn. Step up, App. Bomb collected for Nero after the first nade hits. HyDra's going to be in a position to play for the early flank, scrap sniping outer. And this is just playing contact in your 4v3 from here. This is as clean as it gets for LA.
Yeah, now Vancouver got to make the play come to them. Someone's got to potentially try to take a risk. You're going to get this bomb down at A. And Nero's just going to decide to potentially push that towards bottom mid, but T-Gates gets caught. Now to 4v2, they get a 4v1. And that is a 6-0. Good job, Thieves.
3 players.
Situation. All right, let me pinch through middle. Let me approach a different angle here. We already found the initial 2 kills. But now it might come back to bite you. But thankfully, the guys off the respawn get the stop, and now we're forcing Nero to hit the rotation.
Lunarz is going to get up top into window. Good spot for him to be, especially if he can find this first. But Nium throws his shoulder. Oh, and he almost guns Lunarz out of his socks. Not the case, though. Numbers for Vancouver starting to build. Nice pistol win from Nero, who's on 4 in a row. Got aBeZy holding a little bit forward on this defense of this zone, but a nade lands. Gwinn able to find one, picks up the EMP, and will be able to score just before Scrap finds the connection. So first blood on the scoreboard goes to Vancouver, and there will be no chance for that quick rebuttal from LA. As
Lunarz too, and now you allow TJ to slip behind enemy lines. So your teammates at Dojo are thinking it's all going to be safe, but somehow HyDra was aware of that. Still leads to TJ finding a kill. Now it's on to aBeZy to try to slow down this approach. Nium is able to find one on the pinch, but it's still Vancouver gonna get that scoring.
Yeah, good control of the map right now for Vancouver. Vancouver gonna play defense from the front. No one hitting the pinch as of yet. Gwinn thinking about it, and now we'll commit to the route. It's been red though, and Scrap turns to find the elimination. So now it's about trying to find a way to move this defense around, and this is what I would love to see. Scrap showing some presence. Moves one defender off. At the same time as he wraps back, here comes the hit. This is perfectly done. Absolutely beautiful. aBeZy off the reload, holds the angle, and that's enough for the score to come through. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see more from LA. So far, Vancouver doing a nice job of neutralizing the middle of the map. Even more than that, with a big win from Gwinn. TJ gonna push up in towards mid. Fight over towards Dojo, gets evenly exchanged as TJ gets shut down on the pinch, and the hopes of Vancouver going quickly have gone out the window. All 4 dead in response. LA a chance to possess.
Yeah, now you're waiting for Nium, who's working on this pinch. You're Vancouver, you're stacking up, getting your trophy system down, investing all the stuns and the nades, but your pinch player now gets taken care of, so it's only going to force the Thieves to slow down. Now you're trapped in towards thin with every single call going in favor of Vancouver. Instant defense now to offense, where the pinch is going to be here, and you already have Dojo control. Vancouver are running them over.
It's the same route every time for TJ too. If they're 4 up, TJ's gonna bail out of the play from the bottom or top side of the map and play through mid. He's done a really nice job. 5 in a row this particular life. Enough time to still grab and force the overtime, and with Gwinn still holding the spawners of Thieves at bay, there's gonna be another opportunity here for Thieves to put some pressure on offensively. Looking mostly over towards this A zone, but aBeZy catches a nade and HyDra has to back away. Nice pistol shots onto TJ. Possibility for a quick reflight back over to B. Can you find the last one onto Lunarz? It's just all pistol action for HyDra, and now he's gonna guess to go over to A, but his teammates spawned rooftop. Oh no. Poor decision there. He would have had a free score at B, but kind of lost in the sauce playing the pistol kills, and now all of a sudden Vancouver might find their 5th.
Oh yeah, this is an instant score. Counter cap, Nium not into play. Vancouver are up 5-1. They just haven't been able to find the kills to dominate the map control. They haven't been able to find the kills to keep them safe of allowing other scores to happen, and Vancouver are just looking to get score number 8 very quickly.
Yeah, this is, again, the eliminations that we're getting in the feed are good enough for Vancouver to create some space, come off spawn, and let Lunarz just completely dominate. 24 and 15. I know we got a bad rap from what he did last year, but this stage he's been really solid for Vancouver.
He's been a lockdown AR, a fundamental AR for this squad. You get the stop at the opposite side. TJ's the lead blocker, and there's going to be score number 7. Yeah, Thieves, you might as well just give up nearby. Definitely get 4 of them, because this is awfully played if you're Thieves.
Yeah, this has been pretty bad. And now it just feels like we're a little bit checked. Everyone's just playing 1v1s all over the map. Lunarz, the rest of Vancouver want the full 8th blood. Knife will work in the corner. Plus 1 more. Lunarz onto 5 in a row. Fighting over the top of the time. Shut down, and it'll be Vancouver to get the earliest points, but Vancouver will actually be bounced out completely thanks to aBeZy's 3Ps.
Yeah, aBeZy hits the low route right off the rip, finds that low kill, and then just flies on up from the side hop up. And cleans up the rest, so Thieves have all the map control. But now Spawn's starting to get a little bit wonky. TJ's gonna hit a route. He finds that opening kill. Now it's a 2v1 potentially for this final 20. But if you're Vancouver, you're able to stabilize on the backside to win the rotation and do.
At least for now, 15 seconds to fight for it. Last player up is TJ. Nice shots from Scrap. LA will try to rotate through what will be their 5th hard point. Oh, Lunarz is scouted. That is a huge first blood in this rotation. And Nate also connects onto Nero, so you're going to get a 2v1 on P2. Hardpoint opens up. Vancouver will get one player to spawn in, but TJ loses that first battle. And LA should know that the back is not fully locked in yet. They're going to keep a gun. Doesn't work out. Nero wins the battle. Now it's just down to do Vancouver actually spawn in. That elimination with the timing will make sure that doesn't happen. And LA are in a great spot here on P2.
Oh yeah, Nero just needs to value his life a little bit more. Like, gets that first kill, but you're the deciding factor for us to have the number situation to try to get this early break. He falls, opens up the spawn point for Thieves, and now with the numbers, all they have to do is focus on the front. So they're gonna be up by 60, almost 70 points as we head over towards the P3. But this is where Vancouver need to clutch up on these fights, because every single one that you lose, you're gonna spawn behind them, but you find the initial two.
Yeah, good stuff here from Vancouver. They clean out that exit from the second hill. They're finding a ton of eliminations right now. In fact, they get TJ on to contest a little bit of time at the end of P2. But the third hill's about to open up. Vancouver will all spawn, at least closely enough to be in position to get the early time. aBeZy, quick, cheeky, Rao, trying to find his way in, neutralize. But does he have enough in him to stop the reinforcements that are still spawning close? The answer, no. Vancouver will stabilize.
Yeah, Vancouver find the traits they desperately needed to lock down that side of the map. Now, you know, with all four dead, we can start to take some extra space. Nero gets cut down on 4 in a row. But Vancouver desperately need this time to get themselves back into the game, but no one's watching over towards the street. So Thieves just push right through Rockside, now block the spawns, overwhelming with the pressure through the side door, and that is a miscomm and a situation where you definitely want back of your Surge.
Yeah, that is not it right there. Oh, and Scrap even finds TJ on the exit, moving over towards New. So some bar control here for Thieves. Oh, last bullet needed onto Lunarz comes through as well. So now all of a sudden the Thieves have numbers. Just trying to deal with Nero in the hill and Gwinn on the backside. And they're going to find both. Oh my goodness, this could be behind. So once again, moment to breathe here for Vancouver, but we cannot allow Thieves to break like they just did.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going to try to go right through the front door. 2 players approaching through the middle of the map, but Scrap finds that opening. HyDra gets the one through mid, and then Nium with the cover fire leads to 3. All 4 dead now. That's on their first attempt. That can't be that easy.
No.
If you are Search, just allow them to just run you down, just like they did in that Search and Destroy. Because now they break you with a good chunk of time left, and you don't really have an opportunity to even contest this from the side of just spawning.
Yeah, this looks in pieces right now for Vancouver. Scrap to 3 in a row. Nice shots onto TJ, and that's another 4 dead. So this is going to be another one of those moments where you get every single second of the scrap time at 4. And with the setup and positions that LA have, there should be a chance to get the opening points at 5. But Vancouver do get a win out of Gwinn. He's shut down to the cross back over to the entire part of this hard point as aBeZy connects onto another. We'll establish our battle lines and fight from here over P5.
Yeah, Vancouver, we need some kills to go our way and someone to watch a damn pinch angle. This was the reason why you came back on the gridlock. We're all just focused on the front, and we're allowing HyDra to make plays like that. Now spawns flip. It's still about 35 seconds left, and Vancouver, who a team who suck at breaking, let's see how you do it. That might be a good way to start.
You got to flood here, though. You just got to clear out this space. Okay, that will work. 23 seconds to fight for. You'd really love to have every single second of it for Vancouver to make up for the losses that you faced in the last couple of hills. HyDra's looking for toes. Won't find any. So Vancouver push off what will likely be the final wave for the Thieves, who will need to put at least somebody up top to watch this rotation anew. And yeah, they're going to put 2 players there. HyDra and aBeZy working their way through bar window. Spawn for TJ will actually be at Old Hill, so a chance here for Vancouver to flip the map. And so far, Nero provides 1 and TJ gets the other. So nice moment here for Vancouver.
Okay, and now this is a moment where we desperately need time. We cannot afford to be the farthest player pushed out and give up that kill for free. Because now Thieves know someone has to overcompensate. Someone has to pick up a different angle, and Lunarz, who is that guy doing it, is able to line up 3. So Vancouver's still trying to hold on because they desperately need it.
Doing a nice job so far, at least keeping this hard point largely neutral. LA, numbers up. After that nade, we'll try to keep themselves on for more time. Nice shots from Lunarz. Looking for the player over the top of the hard point, able to find him, but too much damage tallied. Forces TJ to make his move, and as he does, he only finds 1 before being dropped. 8 seconds before P2 opens. Vancouver will get all their players to spawn to defend this. but they are very cautious about what's happening on this flank route that currently aBeZy's taking.
Nero does find the opening kill through the front, and TJ with the frag over the top. Gives you a read of where the pressure's coming in. Back spawn's now secured. All of your focus needs to be towards the front. Just don't get them a free kill, because this should be a lockdown.
Well, so far so good, Jay. Gwinn in some trouble here, trying to get his health back. Not going to work out. Spawns are in for LA. Numbers starting to amount as well. Lunarz, how many can you grab? He needs help. He needs it badly. Caught in the reload, he will fall, and that will be enough for LA to break again. Man, it just has not been convincing enough for Vancouver, and that may tell the story in this map as we get close to a 100-point game again.
Yeah, they just leave the back spawns open and are too aggressive through the front. That's what allowed Thieves to get the back warehouse spawn and then break in now again for the final 35. Vancouver just playing a little bit too fast in certain situations, because it could have been great if you did that after the second wave. Swanna behind it, so now hold strong on our setup, but there's no way this guy's just gonna cross for free. Scrap wins 1-1-on-1, already in towards the time, reading the pressure onto Nero, absolutely rips him, and that's again a first attempt at a break, and it's perfect.
Yeah, we gotta add this one back to the lab if you're Vancouver. We can't be having setups fall like this. That's too many in a row. What, all four of their setups have been really crumbled in the first attempt. Good counter break, at least for Vancouver. Keeps some hope of a dream alive. But from what we've seen this far, it's hard to tell the same story of like what LA did on Gridlock. This is just a map that you just have to be a little bit more brushed up and polished on rotation-wise, especially.
Yeah, and TJ, who was trying to think about that next HP, just gets caught by Nium. So the pressure that you had towards the back line to potentially spawn a couple players from Thieves out is no longer there. They're fully set up.
Vancouver trying to develop a couple of long routes. Nice shots from HyDra, but Nero still will win the battle. Gonna have Nium step up. aBeZy, same thing on the interior. No problems. Until finally Lunarz gets the person in time out of the hill. But Nium, whoa, that's a heck of a snap. Makes life really easy for HyDra, who's on 2. Wants 3. Oh my goodness, now the pistol for 4. No, not quite. TJ's able to get the trade. Keep Vancouver in the game for now, but aBeZy's on a pinch. No problems for Tyler. He's in and out. More damage tallied. And Nium, I'm telling you, it's a little too clean, a little too easy. LA about to win the map unless TJ can do it all himself. Moment of contest. He's able to get 2, but aBeZy will have one last hit and behind him. And no, the last second does not get tallied here on 4, but Nium is likely going to win the foot race, especially after that stun hits, and he will win the game cleanly.
Back-to-back dubs. We've seen you in the minor champion. You're now dominating here in our Major III qualifiers. All things are thinking Thieves, but what happened in that overload?
I mean, we just let the game get away from us. I feel like we've been working a lot on our overload, and I feel like we just started like, once we went down so much, we just started like doing just stuff that we shouldn't be doing. So okay. I feel like we're working on it though. We'll get there.
Fair enough. Congrats on the win, aBeZy. I want to ask you about map 1. So obviously you guys go down a ton. I think it was like 218 to 100 at one point. And then you guys start playing wildly different. You and HyDra just hitting the gaps, pinching them left and right. What did you notice that you felt like you could exploit in the later half of that game?
I think the biggest thing is like the start of the game, we were just scamming a lot. Like we were throwing a lot of our lives away, like in like situations and holds where we shouldn't be. And I think the second half of that game, we just hit another gear and we actually started using like a lot of like teamwork in situations that we can. And we started frying at the end of the map.
And picking your brain a little bit more on that topic, is that like something you can feel in a game like that? Like that there's a change? Is it all of you realizing at the same time? Does somebody say something? Like how does a flip like that even happen?
Honestly, I just think it was like one hill, I think towards the second half of that game. I can't remember exactly which hill it was, but I feel like once we started like getting all the kills, I think it was probably the P2, like we got pushed out both sides and I was like, okay, we're gonna bring this back. And then our teamwork just started like, it was just insane after that. So I think that was like the biggest turning point.
Clearly you guys outskilled and edged out Vancouver today, but I do want to tell the underdog story. Who is hot for Vancouver today? Who was tough to kill in game?
I'm not gonna give anyone gas. I never give anyone gas on the other team. Come on, like I'm not gonna give anyone gas. But yeah, the first map, I mean, they felt like they were all shooting at the beginning of the map, and then after that, we just started frying. So
then you remembered who you were.
Hole in the gas tank somewhere on the Surge. Congratulations, another win puts you guys in the top 2.
Right, thank you guys.
That's aBeZy. His team is now 3-0, looking clean right there with Optic at the top of the leaderboard for Major 3. When we